Hey guys, India, let's quickly look at the VIX 75. What you can maybe look for in the next couple of days, or even hours, right? So I'm doing this on the same account that you've seen the past 6 months. If you've been following me for the past 6 months, you might have seen that account, tiny account from the YouTube channel. Still the same account. You can just go and verify that in case you have doubts. And there are people who are actually saying, nah, it cannot be done. If you can't do it, don't think that other people cannot do. What more do you want? I'm gonna pull out a video in the next, I don't know whenever I get time. I'll upload and show you everything. All right. But now I just want to show you this Chandis. So same account, $5,000 made, 5,152 actually made. 5,000 that was withdrawn, which is over 70,000 rands. And it's crazy if you think about it, considering how much was deposited. And like I said in the initial video, that the first trade that I took, I wasn't anticipating it to win. All right. So the account would have been blown. That is just the reality. So don't come to me and say, I have $5. I need to make more. And I said this, $5 is very small. The first trades that I took, I think it made like $13, and then I closed. So now I was no longer having that $4. I had a little bit more for me to take another trade. But keep in mind, the first trade that I took just went straight into profit. So had it gone into a loss, none of this would have happened. None of this account history would have been positive to $5,000. All right. So that's one thing that I have to make, because I'm not out here to convince you guys to trade or convince you guys to do something. I'm not selling you stuff right now, but I have to be honest. All right. So if you have $4, there's no room for error. That's the reality. The first trade that you take just needs to go in your favor. If it doesn't, then you're gonna blow. That is just the reality. And trading, it's win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. It's a game of probabilities, right? Let me just go ahead without me preaching much. Let me just go ahead and show you what you can do. All right, so I have the chart right here, starting from the daily. You can start on any other time frame. I think I've explained the issue of time frames in our last Zoom meeting. All right. So I'm not going to dive into that because people are still confused about time frames, and it's the easiest thing ever. The easiest thing ever is time frames. And there's no holy grail time frame. Let me just say this. There's no time frame that will say this is the best time frame. There isn't. It's just a matter of preference. There isn't a holy grail strategy. There isn't a holy grail time frame. There isn't such. And what you guys are doing is to look for a time frame that's the best. Guys, it's a matter of preference. Look at this. I have possibly all time frames that are here on MT5, and I actually use all of them. Isn't that crazy? I use all of these time frames. Why not writing? So do you want to come and ask me which time frame is the best? I don't have an answer for that because I use all of them. And I so wish I could transfer the way I look at the chart, like direct to you without explaining. And it's impossible, right? And the way I look at time frames, or the way I analyze it in general, I so wish it was possible, but I've tried for the longest time, but it seems to be a little bit impossible. But there are those, of course, there are those who can do it, or even do it better. The goal, guys, is to trade. You can be a better analyst than be a terrible trader, right? So enough with that. So time frames, guys, there isn't a holy grail time frame, or the best time frame, or the best strategy, or whatever that you guys are looking for. You guys are looking for the best something, and there isn't the best something. You guys are looking for something that is accurate. There isn't something as accurate. There isn't something as sniper in these Sundays. And I explained in the last meeting, I even took a trade to explain that, live trade to explain that, the sniper concept, people saying the sniper trade, sniper entry, sniper that, right? That is all done for you guys to be hyped up. But it isn't sniper before you take a trade. If I don't take it, let me just show you this thing before I talk too much. Sharp. First thing I did is to switch to line chart. So line chart is this one's candlesticks, and then we have bars. All right, bar chart right there. Okay. So I can use any of this, but let's just go to a line chart. All right. So what I'm going to do is to first look at where price is. That is the main thing that I look at. Price is here. When I look up, going back in that direction, backwards. So if I look up, I see this. This is the nearest high, extreme high to be precise. The nearest. If this was not there, the nearest or the one that was going to be the highest is this one, the extreme high. This is the nearest. This will be the extreme. If there's another one, there will be another extreme up there. All right. And if I look down backwards, this is another one. These are the 2 points that I'm actually going to pay attention to. Okay. Is that simple? Okay. If you got it right, sharp. Then I'm going to mark a line on the nearest point like that. Then I'm going to mark another line on that nearest point like that. All right. These are the 2 turning points. These are the 2 main structures that I will actually pay focus to. All right. However, I'm not going to actually ignore the fact that price actually created this extreme high right here. That's at least what I can see for now. If I go out, this is that, and then there's this one. Okay. So I can also mark that one. And believe it or not, as long as the area between these 2 is not too big, the distance between these 2 lines is not too big, you can consider this to be a zone. All right. If you didn't get what I said, just ignore it. And then I can just mark this one again as well. I'm not going to pay attention much to these ones. They are a bit far from where price is. Okay. Because price is here, where you see this line here going up and down. And then we have this, and then we have that. These are the nearest highs and lows. Now I can go back and switch to candlestick. Yeah. I can start changing time frames randomly. I can go to H8, right, to look for details, to say things much better. Right. I can go to H6. That's why I was explaining time frames to say, to me, time frames really it's more like me zooming in to see more details. They really don't change the market structure. That is what I'm getting to. The time frames do not change the market structure. It doesn't change the fact that price turned on this particular high. It's just showing us more details within those particular regions that we've marked. All right. Makes sense? Okay. So why did I mark these 2 regions? This is exactly the main areas of interest where I'd like to actually buy or sell. And in the case of this one, since it's heading up, the last couple of, if we look at the last couple of days, we look at what it's been doing in the past couple of maybe 2 days or 3 days. All right, 1, 2, let me zoom in a bit. This is today, yesterday, day before yesterday, and that. All right, 1, 2, 3. So I can see in the last couple of days, it's been giving us bullish move. It's been moving up, basically. So what I don't want to do is to actually catch into this, all right? Because you might find that now you are buying because of what? You are buying because of fear, FOMO, right? That's another thing, the fear of missing out. The people look at the market and like, yo, it's buying. Let me just get in, without realizing that now it's actually trading at the higher level and sellers are most likely to jump in. So already by looking at this 1, 2, 3, I am not going to look for opportunities to buy, because sometimes I might be subjected to FOMO because I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, yo, I'm missing out on the buys. I should just buy. And as soon as you buy, it starts doing that because you bought at the wrong level. Okay. So I rather opt for opportunities to do what? To sell as soon as it hits this level. Am I going to buy towards that? No. That is why I said buying for me, this is me sharing what I'm going to do should it reach this particular level. So I'm more of a seller at the moment. Okay, makes sense? I'm more of a seller at the moment. And of course, there could be minor sellers that could come from this particular region right here. I can see there that there's some sort of a minor structure in between. Let me just maybe go back to the line chart and change the time frame just to show you what I'm talking about. So if you look at this point right here, price turned, it came down, turned there, and then went back up and turned again from the other side. So let me just mark that. So you can see price almost hit this from above, hit it from below. Okay, so if I change, you can see here, came, bounced, came, again, it came to touch it before going up. So this could be a significant level. And also, if I was to look at the candlestick that formed, you can see this is an engulfing bearish candle which is forming right here. Okay, so this is like a minor resistance of some sort right now. This is a minor resistance of some sort. But if you want to capitalize more and have trades that will maybe give you more profits, rather focus on these two opposing zones, because these are the what? The nearest extreme highs, the nearest recent extreme highs, if you look at where price is. So that's how I actually dial down to where which zones or which levels are most likely to give me better profits or high probability trades. This one is fine, but it's not the extreme. This one was broken here, retested, and broken again. But there's an engulfing, which is signifying that these sellers could actually push further to the downside from here. But I'm really not too confident about that one. I'd rather wait for it to go up there. So that's just the plan. If it goes down, fine. I don't lose anything if I'm not part of that trade. And that's that. The fear of missing out, that's another thing that is actually ruining things for a lot of you guys. You look at it and you're like, okay, what if it goes down and I'm not part of it? Yeah, you are not part of it, you don't lose anything. So don't force it, right? Rather be confident about the trade. Even if it loses, you know that you had the reasons as to why you entered the trade and your confidence, right? But the problem is when you take random trades and say, well, I see engulfing, but I'm not confident taking this engulfing here. I'm not. I rather leave it in the next couple of days to reach that point. Then this is where I'm going to be super confident. And the fear of losing won't be as extreme as when you're taking trades at random levels. Actually, let me just shut this thing down. I hope you guys are well. I was just checking you guys. I hope everyone is good. You good? All right. Those who are sending me WhatsApp messages, please stop saying hi and asking me about account management, asking me about signals, asking me about courses, asking me about all those things. You're not going to get any of those things. You understand? Just trade. This is what I'm showing you, how to trade. You still want me to come down to you and tell you how to trade? You love getting scammed, innit? No, there's a bunch of scammers. Go onto Telegram. Anyone who's saying, I'm selling this, I'm selling that, join VIP, just go to them. Vindi is not doing that at the moment. Just, yeah. Goodbye before I say a whole bunch of stuff. Sharp.